it does that, that's how I know it's recording. Welcome to another edition of Interruptions. I'm your host, Otis Smith. My next guest, you have seen her in Straight Outta Compton. You've seen her in the True to the Game 1 and 2. She's been on General Hospital. She's also been on Lincoln Heights. I'm talking no other but the beautiful Lisa Renee Pitts. How you doing?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for putting this all together for me.
No problem, no problem. I enjoyed your work. I've seen you in a couple of things, and I always wanted to know, like, who was that? Who is that? And so, just so you know, um, here interruptions. You don't have to worry about me debating you on anything. You don't have to worry about. I don't have any segments I have to get to, so therefore your answers are just your answers.
Mm.
So I'm interested in your thoughts, on a couple of things. So I thank you for blessing us with your presence. We don't take it lightly.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Really
Thank-
is.
My first question for you, and I ask every actor this because what you guys do for a living is just unique. So, how did you get into acting? How did that come about for you?
Well, actually, I was blessed in the way that I knew I wanted to be an actress since I was about yay big.
Okay.
And really, a quick story, I used to be one of those kids who would go into the bathroom in our home and I would just start acting. I could be brushing my
Wow.
teeth and I would
Okay.
make up a scene. And my dad would be at the
Wow.
door and say to my mom, Joan, she in there talking to herself again. So they're the ones who really instilled in me, you're a performer, Lisa, you're a performer. So they got me into different programs. I went to performing arts, junior high school, majored in theater in college, and here I am, based off of me just being a kid in the bathroom mirror.
And see that the reason that interested to me because some people kind of stumbled into it,
Mhm.
and then you just knew like, nah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, and
So
I didn't at the time. I didn't even really know that what I was doing was called acting, and that it was
sure,
actually a career. I was just having fun.
okay.
And watching television programs and imitating people, and then it just evolved into this.
I thought when I was young in high school, I remember we did a little skit or something in the school library, and I remember I thought I wanted to be an actor, and then it was kind of like, you know what? You're gonna have to let me go off the cuff. I don't have time to try to remember no lines. You have to go out. If you're not gonna let me go off the cuff, then I can't do it.
Yeah,
So
you're
that's
more for stand up then. You want to do your own thing, but the theater and TV and film is more, you're in that box.
I can't do stand up either. I know Michael Collier asked me that. He said, "Oh, you wasn't no closet stand." I said, "No, I'm just one of the funny people in the family." But
Yes.
that's different from getting up on stage and having material. That's totally different. So
Oh, yes,
I'm
yes.
I'm gonna stay in my lane. This is my family and everybody know this is my niche right here. So I'm gonna stay in my lane right here.
Well, you're
Uh,
in your lane because you do a wonderful job.
Thank you. What is it about acting that you enjoy? What everything that acting is entails? What
Mhm.
is it about it that you enjoy?
I actually love bringing characters to life. I guess that's it in a nutshell. Playing people
Okay.
other than myself.
Hmm.
I'm pretty like straight laced, no nonsense type of person. So I love playing characters that are outside of myself. I've always been known as
Sure.
a character actress. So
Okay.
I'm looking forward to even expanding that, and doing different genres and different things like that. So it's bringing other personalities to life outside of myself.
Okay. Okay. Um, Let me ask you this, and this is a different question. What for you? What is the audition process like before COVID? Now I'm talking about before COVID. Now,
Mhm.
and the reason I'm asking this question, just to give you some context, is that a lot of times, like I heard Jaleel White talk about when he went to audition for the character Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
He went as Steve Urkel.
Yes.
So they didn't have a chance to reject him and say, well, we need somebody a little bit this or whatever. He came as the character. And
Mm-hmm.
so for you, when you go on in an audition, what is the process for you, or what is the audition like for you?
Well, actually, I'm from the theater. I started my career in the theater.
Hmm.
So it's a big transition from theater into television and film. So
Okay.
when I first started with television and film, I would bring the things that I used to do in the theater, like Jaleel White. I would get dressed up as the character. When I was a doctor, I would have on the coat.
Okay.
If I was just a stay-at-home mom, I tried to bring that essence to it and such. But I find that with TV and film, they just really want to see your eyes
Okay.
and see the performance in your face. For my theater work, I more so bring the characters. I used to bring in my props if I needed them.
Okay.
Everything. I mean, I would just bring in my apartments to just really show them what I
Right.
thought the character could do. But that process is it's fast now. It's just so fast with TV and film. You could get a script in the morning and they want to see you at 3. You need to give
Mm.
them a book. And I tell you, I've been in the business for a while. It does it get easier? No, I don't think it gets easier, but you know how to
Okay.
manage it.
Manage it. Okay.
You know how to manage
Okay.
the butterflies
Okay.
and learning the script really quick and trying to be word perfect. You just learn
Okay.
how to manage it the longer you're in it.
So let me. This is a question that's off. I gotta ask this question because I'm curious. Excuse me. So you're in California, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this question because and it comes from I remember when I interviewed Michael Collier, he was like, well, brother, he was wishing me good luck, on my podcast and everything, and so he was saying, now, when you blow up or whatever, you're gonna have to move out here. And I was kind of like, nah, 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 nah. I'm a Georgia boy all day, every day. All right. So I want to know from you, do you have to, I mean, do you have to live in LA? Can't you live in Georgia? Or, they don't have to be Georgia, but since I live in Georgia,
Yes.
can't you live in Georgia and then say, if your agent say, hey, they want to see you, or you got to be there physically, can get a plane, fly out, and get there
Yes.
versus. Okay. Okay.
Especially now you can. Listen, I'm Brooklyn raised, born and raised, also
Okay.
grew up in New Jersey. So it
Okay.
was a big transition to come to California.
I'm gonna
Even
tell you
if,
why I asked that question. Let me
uh-huh,
tell you why. Let me give you context. I asked the question. I
go ahead.
asked the question, not to cut you off, but the reason I asked the question is because when I look at the prices of the homes in California,
Don't even
and I,
say.
and I sit here, do they know what they could get in Georgia? Do they really know? Do they know Georgia, Texas? Like,
Any
do they
place
know
but
how much
California,
home, how much house they can get?
even the rent, even the rent.
Right.
But to answer your question,
Hmm.
especially now since everything has gone online, so to speak, you
Hmm.
can.
Okay.
And I feel that for myself now as well. I've been here
Hmm.
for a while. The main casting directors, they know me, they know my personality, they've met me, that type
Okay.
of thing. So you don't necessarily need to be in Los Angeles. Also, Atlanta is, right under New York and California for the
Right.
business.
Right.
So if you choose in that in Chicago and different places like that, it's, I guess it's your taste. You want to come out and deal with our weather and some palm trees, but it's some expensive sun out here.
Okay. And listen, I always
Yes.
like the sunshine because I'm not a. But I think what I've always enjoyed, living here in Georgia, is just I do get all 4 seasons. Uh,
Yes. I
Now
miss,
they may not last long now for all 4 seasons, but now where you're from, now I can't take that weather. That's listen, Lisa, I would have to make all my money in the summertime because when you guys have that type of snow where it covers the car and you still want me to get out, no, that's not happening.
and our summers are brutal as well. That humidity can work you.
Yeah.
It's a, Listen, they're both an acquired taste. So I've lived in New York and now I'm in
Hmm.
California. I feel like I can move anywhere else because I've been to the extreme.
Now Florida got a different humidity,
I know my parents are there now.
so
That,
yeah. Look, that's that. Ooh, So
That's
my next
that
question.
knock you in the face.
Thank you. It's like, you know what? Whatever we gonna do, we're gonna have to do it at midnight. We're not doing nothing before midnight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do not blame you.
How did Straight Outta Compton come about for you? How did you get that role?
Yeah, oh man, it was a regular audition. My
Hmm.
manager called me up and said, "Oh, Lisa, we got an audition for you tomorrow. It's for Straight Outta Compton. It's the movie about NWA." And I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, yeah." And so I prepared it like I do any type of
Hmm.
audition, learned my lines, you know, thought about with the character, what I could read from they didn't send me the script, but they just sent me the sides, which is
Sure.
the piece that you're going to audition with. I went in and I did it. And then about 3 weeks later, I got a call back where I met F. Gary Gray in the callback. And then I didn't hear anything for about a good month. And
Oh
so, like
wow.
all auditions, you got to learn how to just keep it moving, keep it moving.
Sure.
And then I was actually on my way to Syracuse to do a play. I had booked a play. I was going away to do my play. And,
Okay.
and my manager called me and said, "Lisa, you just booked Dr. Dre's mom in Straight Outta Compton." And I was like, "Huh? Really?" And they want you on set in like 4 days. So I was like, "Oh my God, what a blessing." And that's really how it came about.
I mean, I know I guess for me it was a little bit different because I already knew who those guys were.
Uh-huh.
They were part of my teenage years,
Yeah.
um, growing up. So I already knew who NWA was.
Yeah.
So I wish they could have done more with the character between Dre and his mom, kind of expound on that. But I understand when you doing especially a movie, not a TV series, you have to kind of hit and miss. But
Yeah.
you were brilliant on that. Your character. You had I watched a couple of your demos from your website.
Uh-huh.
And there's one you did, and I was mad, and so I'm gonna ask you about it because it didn't have the name. It didn't have the name of it.
Okay.
But you were playing a character, and your character, you was having problem with your next door neighbor, the Muslim
Yes.
guy, and you brought the noise on that. I was like, hold on, what was this in? I was like, wait just a second.
Oh my gosh, Otis, you are funny. Yes, that was The Shield. Remember that
The
television
shield,
show,
yeah,
The
yeah, the
Shield?
shield, yes,
Yes.
okay.
That was one of my early gigs. Yeah, right after Law
You,
and Order. Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, you brought the note seriously because your character on that when just that clip that scene. What
Yeah.
was amazing is when the cops come
Yes.
and shoot him, and your character wasn't like, "Oh, that's messed up." You like, that's what you get. That's what you get for messing with me.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
but no, the reason I liked it because you brought reality.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a TV script type thing where you see now she's gonna, even though she was arguing with the guy, now she having compassion. You was like, nah, see,
Right. Yeah.
that's your punishment. See, God don't like ugly. That was that was kind of your character's attitude.
Yeah. And that was that show. I don't know if you watched that show. With his name is Chickless. That The Shield was just a phenomenal show. The time that it was running, it was like one of the top. I would say like one of the top five shows on network. It
Hmm.
had such a wonderful following. Those writers and producers, they were bringing the noise, as we say, and they didn't hold back. They showed characters for who they really were, and so that was an honor to be on that show. Michael Chiklis is his name. He was the lead on that show.
Yes, yes. So how do you, and I asked Michael Collier this. I want to get your thoughts on it. So how do you, when you are not the lead, or
Mhm.
you're not, say your character is not going to be reoccurring, so
Right.
you're on, how do you get in a mode to where you make the character so memorable when you just got this little tiny space?
Yeah, that goes with just the writing.
Mm-hmm.
The writing is I've been blessed to be a part of shows and films and on stage where the writing is just so rich that even if you only up there for 10 minutes, if
Mm-hmm.
you give it your all as an actor and you believe what you're saying and what you're representing, The definition of acting, I'm a Meisner trained actress, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. That's my job. And so
Mm.
I believe it. No matter what I'm doing, one line, two line, I'm the lead. I believe what I'm doing. And I think that's what people can relate to. They see
Right.
themselves or they see somebody they know, or if they're introduced to someone that they don't know, because we as the actors are giving them our truth, and
That
that's what
was
that is.
okay. Okay. Um, my next question for you is, when you play a character, how does that character stay with you long, or you're able to just go in, do the job, and then just kind of decompose from that character?
Some do and some don't. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have this on my website, but right now I'm in The Stand, that's on CBS All Access.
Oh,
That's based
what?
on Stephen King's book, The Stand, about the
Well,
pandemic.
I didn't read the book. Watch this. I
Yeah.
didn't read the book, but I saw the original.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
My wife and I sat all day. It was years ago.
Yes.
It came on cable and it just ran all day.
Yes.
We recorded it and it was so funny. We were so impressed because that threw me off. That was a Stephen King. I was like, wait a
Yes.
minute, this spiritual. You throw me off on this. And we went and got friends. Hey, you got to sit down. We said, come over next weekend. Don't do nothing there because this gonna be an all day thing. And I loved it.
Oh, well, yes, that was some years ago. This is the newer one,
Right.
starring Whoopi Goldberg.
Sure.
And I just brought that up to say that that one took me a minute. I played the mother to Giovanna Depo, who plays Larry Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't give it away, but it's
Sure.
on CBS All Access, and it's about the pandemic. And this we shot that before the pandemic happened. We shot that in 2019. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
pandemic came in 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a prophecy about it or whatever, but after I finished shooting my scenes, I mean, I cried like a baby. I don't know what it was. It was just so intense. So I'll leave it there when you see it.
Well, no, because knowing from the original, and I'm sure the new one that you're in got a little bit different
Yes.
twist and turn. But you're right when you think about it, when you think it was a pandemic that hit,
Yes.
and it was taking people out, and then some people it didn't take out. They didn't know
Right.
why they was alive. But like I said, I ain't gonna give it away. I ain't gonna give
Yeah,
it away.
I'm gonna
So
give it
hey,
away, but
hey, hey, hey.
but that goes back to your previous question. When I
Mm,
was performing that role, I
mhm.
believed it. And then when you sit back and try to let it go, it was like, okay, I'll need some time with this one. So some characters are easy to let go, and
Right.
others are just like, okay, I'm going to need to go over here for about a good day, and then I'll see
Okay.
y'all on Tuesday.
Wow. So you really have to, what you were talking about, you really have to um, embody that character.
I think
And
that's
then,
what the greats do. Yeah, they embody it because you walk away, or even when you're in the movie theater, and you just still have to sit there for a minute when it's
right,
over. You
right.
know.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this. So what's the difference in being in film, far as on the big screen, right? And being on a soap opera?
The different. You mean in the acting, or just seeing yourself up there on that big screen compared to the
No, no,
soap?
the acting component, because the reason I'm asking, give you some context again. So my mother and my grandmother, they raised me on Young and the Restless. So
Yes.
uh, so
Oh, me
matter of
too.
fact, actually everything on CBS.
Yes.
So it was Young and the Restless, it was Bold and the Beautiful, it was
As the
As
world
the World
turns.
Turned, and God in Light. So everything on CBS. So with you having been on General Hospital and the other work you've done since then, what would you say the different component of being on like General Hospital on a soap opera and doing something on the big screen, or it could be like The Shield?
Mhm.
What would be the difference?
Well, I also did my first soap opera was on Guiding Light, actually.
Oh
Before that went
wow.
off, yeah, I had a maybe about three. I was heard for about 3 days on Guiding Light. But you work fast on the soap operas. I mean, you
Okay.
are in and out. Okay. So
Okay.
you have got to be on top of knowing those lines, knowing your characters, even if outside of being the lead characters. I was never the lead. I was on for like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. It's just a faster pace. It's just a faster pace. But in regards to being an artist, same thing. I'm
Okay.
studying, I'm figuring out who my character is. I even go as far as like to get a scent for each character so that when I smell that scent, I can immediately go right into
Okay.
my character.
Hmm.
Different tricks of the trade to help yourself along because theater is way different from TV, is different from film. They're all different genres, all different. Your acting technique is the same to a degree, but
Okay.
I mean, your process when you are preparing for your roles, but the
Okay.
techniques become different.
Become different. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I always wonder because it seemed like that what you stated faster. It seems like that on a soap opera,
Yeah.
the way everything is being shot, the characters. Bill Duke said something to me, and I wanted to get your thoughts. He said acting is being,
Hmm.
where he said sometimes he said it's like the movie Get Out when the character was being hypnotized, and he
Yes.
says you're falling backwards into
Hmm.
darkness because you don't know where you're going to land.
Yes.
And he said it's not just being your character; you have to be with another character. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have this
okay.
saying we before we go on the stage or even in TV and film, we say,
Mm,
see you on the other side. Because we don't know what's gonna that's the beauty of acting. You know your lines, you know where you're supposed to move, but the beauty is when you just can forget all of that and just be with your other partner.
got
You
you,
know, I don't prepare how I'm going to say the line. My partner gives me how I'm going to say the line. I'm reacting from my partner. So we are being in the moment, if that
got you.
makes any sense. Oh,
No,
don't
it
get
makes
me
sense.
started about acting now. Oh,
Oh yeah, I told you that here in Russian we try to have different conversations.
yeah, I just love that was brilliant. I saw that interview we had. It was wonderful. So much
Yeah.
knowledge. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah. He's a beast.
Yes.
He is a beast.
Yes.
What or whom encourages Lisa?
Ah, outside of the industry, that's just my family because they have been with me since day one.
Okay.
Even when I have doubted myself, when the struggle is just, oh my
Hmm.
goodness, how many more auditions? How long? What? I can't get a job. I'm working 5 jobs. All of that, that has been my family. Just their support and encouragement in every way. And
Okay.
then just to watch actors that I enjoy, my friends, I get excited when I see my friends in commercials or on other TV programs, especially the ones who started when I started, and to see
Hmm.
people, just climbing their own journey.
Right.
That's what keeps me going and inspired. Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that defining role for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting, and really, I'm waiting on you to play a bad character. Actually,
Yes.
uh,
Oh,
uh,
well, true to the game, you see a little bit of it, and we may have some more true to the games, and you're going to see a little bit more of like the other side of,
okay,
yeah. I can't give away too much, but yeah.
no problem. I enjoyed the first. I hadn't seen the second one yet. I enjoyed the
Yeah.
first one. I ain't gonna lie, I was mad they shot and killed my boy. I wasn't too happy about that. But just
Oh,
because that's what happens is you guys, and I know you know this, you guys become like family to your because isn't it funny like when you see a movie or something with Denzel, it doesn't matter what he's playing back, even Train Day bad guy, but you put him in jail, but you ain't got to kill him, you got to kill Denzel.
I
He's
know.
doing you guys will be doing a brilliant job of acting, but because we're fans of you
Yeah.
all, it's like, nah, don't kill him.
I know.
Put
I
him in
know.
jail or something.
I
So
know. That's the kiss of death. I know.
I
But
know.
yes, I'm looking forward to expanding in that way too, of, playing a romantic lead or just playing like a police officer, a cop, a little side, just like those rough kind of characters. Yeah, to expand on being a character actress.
Well, then tell your manager, your agent,
Yes.
whoever that is. Listen, Otis gonna go on and put it out there in the atmosphere. I'm gonna put it out.
Receive.
You
Receive.
need to be on one of those power shows. I don't know which one. It could be Power Book 2, The Raising of Canaan, the way it don't matter. You need to be on one of those.
Well, I received that. You already done put me on a show. I was leaving it open. You said
Oh
power,
yeah, yeah. I
power it
put you on the
is.
show. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on one I'm watching. So
Received.
let me ask you this question. I don't know if you ever been asked this question. So what did you take away, or what can you take away from Vice President Harris?
Oh my goodness. We watched that as a family yesterday on through text messaging and
Hmm.
also online. That possibility, hope, don't give up hope. And what I learned about her watching all of the biographies that have been on about her is
Sure.
that she's more than qualified. You know, she was the
Yes.
attorney general, she was the district attorney, she's a lawyer. She went through the steps. You know what I mean? She
Yes.
didn't just wake up yesterday and they made her vice president because she's African American. You know, that didn't happen. She paid her dues, whether we agree with what she's saying or not. She went through the steps, and so she's
Right.
more than qualified. And so I took from that, Lisa, just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody, just keep doing what you're doing. It's not about that end goal, it's the journey. So watching
Oh,
her journey, even President Biden, watching his journey, he tried 3 times before, you know. It's hard to sometimes it's hard to receive that, but just stay on the journey. Just
you
don't worry
just
about the end. Just stay on the journey.
you're preaching to me, and there's nothing but another confirmation for me through God,
Yeah.
because what you just said. Fox analyst Chris Broussard said to me, he said a lot of people want to be on TV. They see him, or Stephen A. Smith and those guys, and they say, "Hey, I can do that. I can do that." And he
Yes.
says, "But what they forget to do is be great at what they're doing right then and there." And
Absolutely.
so Michael Collier said somewhat a similar thing about when same question I asked you about, how do you take a small part and make it, rememberable? And he talked about there are no small parts. This
Right.
is just my part in my space, and I'll expand it as far as the writers and the director will let me. And then when you said that it's the journey, so sometimes, and because you said it's not the end goal, it's the journey, and sometimes we're so fixated on
Yes.
trying to get to the end goal
Right.
that we don't do the process and the things in order to get to and that's why we don't ever get there. We
Absolutely. And everything that you do prior to getting there helps you to get
get
there. You know,
there.
every missed audition or that I did not book all helped me to get to Strata Compton. You know what I mean? They all work together, all work
Gotcha.
together for whatever that good is at the end. You know what I mean?
That's
And sometimes it's hard to understand it, especially when you're first starting out, you're excited, you just want the money and get on and all this different thing,
mm.
specifically to acting. But at the end of the day, it really is all of those little moments, all of those moments come together, you know? So, yeah, that's exciting.
My last question for you, out of everything you've been through, professionally, personally, what would you say is the thing that's gotten to where you are now?
Outside, well, not outside, it's my family, it's my
Gotcha.
faith,
Gotcha.
and it's my passion.
Gotcha.
Family, faith, and passion. And just be diligence, knowing that God got me. He ain't gonna bring me this far to leave me, no matter where that end is. As long
Right.
as I have the support and love of my family, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good, and just continue on my journey, loving everything that I do, from narrating my audiobooks, whether I'm on stage or TV or film. I just love the opportunities that I have, and I make the most of those opportunities. And here we are.
And I appreciate you, being who you are and doing the best that you can do with the characters that you've gotten, whether they were reoccurring roles or if it was just that one time, because it allows. I always, I learned a hard lesson that you never know who's watching you. And
Absolutely.
sometimes people don't tell you that they're watching you. For some reason, they'll tell you once you fall. They'll tell you, I was watching. Like, why you ain't say something? But wait till I make a mistake
So
and then tell
true.
me.
So
But
true.
but this, the podcast for me has always been so therapeutic because I'm always able to see, like a person like yourself, the lenses that you see through. And I thank you for being a great guest, because sometimes the guest interruptions. And so I appreciate, yeah, this show gets interrupt a lot of time. I had Bishop Cortez Bond on, and when I say he interruptions, he took the show over. It was just nobody in here to pass the collection plate. I'm trying to tell you,
No, no.
he truly blessed me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
and those are the great interviews, and that's why I'm unscripted. So
Yes.
I thank you once again for coming on the show. I'd love to have you back on and pair you up with another, actor or actresses. And I want you to make sure you stay safe and stay blessed like you've always been.
Oh, thank you so much. This was an honor and a pleasure. I needed this
Uh,
laugh. Thank you so much.
No problem. Once again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a guest on Interruptions.
Okay, blessings.
Bye bye.
Bye.